Welcome, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Winter Tournament 2025, the Great Chaos Caper Quarterfinals match. Game 1 between Phoenix and Wewbear. My name is Thavian Hawk. With me today is Barber on co-coms, Mechlin with the tracking, and Darkmoon EX handling restreaming. Barber, what are we looking at with these parties and blursings?
All right, party. We've got a forced fighter and thief. Looks like both of our runners took a black mage. Blursings, our fighter has plus 10 luck. Thief has plus 20 MDef. We won't see the black belt, but if we had, it would have had plus 20 strength. Red mage has plus 10 vitality. White mage has equip axe, and black mage has doom magic.
Well, it looks like they got a pretty dang vanilla start here with that fighter thief, and they both went with the black mage, so free doom magic. Really, at this point, I'm assuming they're going to want to find a white mage just to cover their bases for magic. If they choose to settle for a red mage, I mean, that'd be what they find or what magic rolls. So we have a
Yep.
lot to see.
Lot's going to depend on where things like fade, nuke, temper, all of those things roll.
Things for anyone who hasn't seen the quarterfinals match earlier today need to know. We have changed up the flags yet again. We have the bridge to Lefane, the pass to Gaia, as well as a pass to get to the desert to get to Mirage. So you don't even need a ship to get up there to that entire continent, minus the canoe needed to get to Ordeals. We've also changed it so that the number of shards required is somewhat random, and yet we got a second seed today with 32 shards required, so no more 24. They got 8 whole shards more.
Means we're likely to see some fiend kills, and I don't know. I would love to see in these flags finally a dive to ice or marsh.
Yeah, that mystery ice play that we never see, but we always dream for, just because it would be that much more crazy to go to. But whether we see it or not, we definitely get to see more of the map.
All right, I think the gate dropped about 10 minutes ago, so we should be going pretty soon. And they're off.
Shifting party members around, Phoenix and Wewbear getting that thief up front. Yes, the fighter got plus 10 luck, but it's still nothing compared to what the thief has. Seeing our white magic and our black magic, a thief recruitable. We got zap and we've got fire at zap and fire at level 1 black. White magic has harm 2, but we don't have a white mage.
Guess we'll be going zap for a while with that doom magic. Like
For
a
lack of
51k cat claw in the weapon shop there too.
I love me some cat claw, but for the moment, it looks like a saber and iron for Phoenix on that fighter because he didn't have to spend a lot of money on on magic. Wewbear opting not to bother with kit, just going for the magic that can be used.
It's on a copper bracelet plus 5 too in the armor shop, which might be useful early on here.
Indeedly do, and of course the armor is not going to roll up to 5 or 3. We can see neutral gear rolling, so getting good kit isn't guaranteed. And Phoenix getting a fast zap before going to check any boxes. I don't dislike this play, but I usually think you do that if you bypass checking any boxes before doing the kill and you just come back here later.
Yeah, there is a shard box here in Toph.
Disadvantage, of course, Phoenix. Oh, Zap gets both crawls, so limited charges, but making it work. Wewbear using fire instead of Zap, since we have improved elemental level 1 spells. Oop, there's the canoe. That unlocks Ordeals from the get-go, and Crescent and Volcano. And there's the crystal, so Matoya is an easy check. They've got the entirety of the Melman continent plus available to them.
Yeah, this is going to be shaping up to be a walking seed.
We
really
love some
canoe.
footwork. Hopefully they'll get some good tents, because they're going to be save manipulating their way through this a lot.
Yeah. Looks like the first encounter is not too far off of the reset.
We have some technical difficulties reporting by our restreamer, so we're getting some OC remix, so non-vanilla audio. And hey, well, I guess they don't need to worry about walking everywhere because we have the ship, but that's still stuck in the inner sea until they find a canal. Bigger find, in my opinion, right now is that Ice Sword +4, though. That fighter is now swinging some literal end game in a pinch kind of weaponry.
Not bad. I guess we'll be waiting to find out where that white mage is.
We've seen a thief so far. It looks like we got Divergence Phoenix opting to run to Provoca, getting there after a few encounters. Wewbear going get the ship. But that was two relative. Oop, there's a fighter. Okay, well, we don't need one of those either. Quake and Warp, a level 2 black. That is excellent stuff. And Brack. So you've got potential killers of fiends plus mobility spell.
Yeah, telemagic early is really nice to see. I'm going to check white. We've got exit and heal 3, looks like.
Yep, and Fog 2 in a pinch. So you've got telemagic at level 2 across the board. But again, we don't have a red or white mage, so that doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Phoenix going straight to Bicky, not checking the white magic, gonna zap away all the pirates, getting good luck on that, and picks up the bottle. And of course, since we've got the bridge to Lefane and the canyon gap to get access to Gaia, means it's a runnable instance. And hey, there's the Q block, which, since we can walk to the desert from that same bridge to Lefane, means we have access to Sky. Of course, that's if the chime didn't roll vanilla, because we do have the randomized chime lock blocking us from somewhere on the map.
Yep, that cube was 16k, and I'm not sure we'll be able to pick it up just yet.
Most definitely. Looks like Phoenix is trying to figure out where to go, bouncing, realizing, oh wait, I need to go pick up that ship. If I were Phoenix, I'd probably go to Elfland, see if I can pick up a white mage and check some magic, but I'm not Phoenix, and it looks like Phoenix is going to dock to Provoca and walk to Gaia to turn in that bottle.
Yep. Either way, might stop in Lefane to check out magic, maybe check the recruit there as well.
That is true. Having access to the magic shop, having access to a recruit, because we do have... I missed what the recruit there in Elfland was. It's likely to be mage. I think it was a red mage. Mm-hmm. There is an option for magic depending on what the magic rolls. Level 3 white has Fade and Cure 3. That's pretty big, but not all those spots are red mage learnable.
No. If I'm not mistaken.
And it looks like Wu is not taking it.
Yeah.
And Lefane had the same red mage, so.
Exactly the same red mage. Just teleports back and forth.
Got a quick look at level 4 black. We saw Bane, Stone, Ice.
Mm-hmm. We just saw fast level 7 in Gaia.
Well, at least you know it's there, and you know you're going to learn it eventually, but jeebus.
Not quite where you want to see it.
There's continuing divergence. Phoenix about to pop the bottle as Wewbear is going to get the Crescent Eye, and there's the TNT. Phoenix taking the back road. This is the normal way to get to the river, get there. Finds the white mage. That is huge. That is all your magic coverage taken care of.
Yep. This is also my favorite party, so I'm pretty psyched to see how this is going to go.
And there's the Oxyale. That gives access to sea once they get access to the canoe or the floater. The race earlier today, or earlier this evening, we saw the canoe was actually in Volcano that they could only get to with the floater. Phoenix going to Mirage, gonna check the boxes and get some gold and experience. Hopefully get the cube with whatever you can dig out of here. I don't dislike this play as long as you can survive. I mean, you're at level what? 1 with the white mage and 4 or 5 with the rest of the party?
Yeah,
Probably
you
not
do.
gonna check the Xboxes. Never mind,
Fighter
he
is
checks the
swinging.
Xbox and gets the first choice. Ice +4 as you're about to say, so.
Yep.
Not doing it and does get away. Okay. Meanwhile, Wewbear canoes to Volcano as Phoenix picks up another Ice Sword and a Zeus Bonk.
That ice sword is sellable.
That is true. More money is a valid use of gear. Opal +5, barring a good power bonk or something. That's or a pro ring, of course. That's solid equipment. And there's a ruse stick. That's evasion stacks you're definitely gonna want. Yeah, we have the incentivized defense sword, but having 2 evasion items or even 3 is better than 1.
Agreed. Been really useful on the life caster. You only have 1.
Phoenix getting advantage on that fighter having the armor already, survived attack by the Chimera and gets the kill. That's 2 Chimeras killed. That's a good chunk of experience. Going to level 8 for the party. 8, 6, or 7.
Not bad. Get that white mage up and on her feet right away.
Box of jerk birds.
Yeah.
And no big sweeper that's guaranteed to kill them. So a heal stick coming out greater than less than so far, and some gold. That's enough money to buy the cube, and then some. Phoenix gonna check a box, finds another box of vampires, has the Zeus Bonk, and can try some other spells. Quake ineffective.
This might
and
be,
Zeus Bonk doesn't get the job done.
Yeah, just probably come back and fight when you need the shards.
Phoenix going for it.
It'll be close.
This is a make or break potential kind of thing. This will lose a couple minutes. But
it's
it
turn
gets
order.
Yeah, and there's a level 11 on that late recruit white mage that now is lead of the party. Doesn't have exit though, because came here before going back to Lefane. Cannot just exit, has to walk it out.
Yeah, not the best time, but hopefully we don't run anything terrible here.
Like a bluety. Ooh, white mage isn't a black mage, it can actually run. But it also has no armor, and chimeras can kill.
And that's a wipe. Yep.
Well, Phoenix knows not to take that box. Meanwhile, Wewbear making it down through Volcano onto the Agama floor, going for a box to see if they can get another shard or potentially whatever incentive item is down here. And man, did that Ice Sword do its work. 400 damage in a swing, level 9 across the party, and there's the Ruby. So River to Melman to get access to Titans and Sarda.
Both, yeah, Titans is incentivized in these flags, and with the ship, it's not quite as long a walk, but definitely wide open here.
I do love the walking seeds, as you mentioned before. And hey, Rustic and the white shirt. So that's 2 of the 3 evasion items already acquired. White shirt obviously cast Invis 2, so half a ruse stick or half a ruse cast across the entire party, whereas the ruse stick and the defense sword cast ruse, which is double the level of protection of a. And we have successfully turned it off and on again. Thank you, Dark Moon, for handling the glitches. As we
Thanks also for
missed
supplying the
Phoenix.
glitches.
Yes, everything in balance. Phoenix made it out of the Mirage Tower. Wewbear, meanwhile, is leaving with the ship going to the Provoca. Gonna go to the Lefane and Gaia track down that Phoenix has already done. Meanwhile, Phoenix rezzing the thief that was down and gonna pick up all the magic, including exit, including harm. We'll be able to check anything that isn't what's in Gaia. So technically they have access to every spell without needing a ship or a canoe.
There's that
Fade.
fade.
Invis 2. The only issue is running out of gold before you pick up the cube, but you know where the cube is, you can always come back for it. Ice 2, Lock 2. Lock 2 is very valuable. We've seen so many times where the evasive fiends and the refights and chaos especially are just... Oh, what the heck is level 5? Lit 3, Nuke, and Temper.
Temper is promo locked, so definitely be looking for that tail.
And of course we already saw level 7 Gaia has fast.
Bear, what are you gonna do? Didn't hire. Okay. Didn't take the red mage, thought about it. Got out. Probably hoping for a white mage.
Going to be happy to find one in Gaia. Hey, look at that.
Purple stake.
Very, very appetizing, I'd assume.
That's, yeah, aged.
Phoenix remembering the cube, gonna go ahead and pick that up. Wewbear
Just
meanwhile
enough.
Wewbear meanwhile had enough money coming out of Volcano to pick that up. Gonna get their Oxyale, Vanilla Oxyale, and pick up the White Mage on their way out.
So here's where proximity is going to be really interesting, because Wewbear already having the cube can go to Sky, whereas it looks like Phoenix is about to go over to Melmond.
Looks like gonna turn in the the TNT first.
Yeah, maybe so.
Ooh, and of course, because Phoenix wiped out of Mirage all the levels that he had packed onto that White Mage went away, so... Wow, 5 box of Wizards and Dwarf's 2-pack is not doing him well.
Yeah, did he save before going in?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Thankfully, these are the white-robed ones, not the purple-robed ones. Then there'd be real troubles.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point, that's a shard you come back for only in an emergency.
Even still, oof, ribbon and a shard. You know, I would take that. It would be better if it wasn't after a near full party wipe in a place where you're not going to have access to a hotel without going somewhere else. Or a clinic, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously Melman does not have a clinic. There's the canal. So access to Melman, access to the Outer Oceans, pretty much access to the full map that isn't the Cardia Isles other than Bahamut. So we don't have Bahamut's Horde, so you will still need the floater to get access to whatever item is in Cardia, but this is pretty well the entire map open.
Yep. We could get to Melmond before, but sailing there is probably funner, and looks like Blaze on one of those sea enemies there.
The seas are not safe. And as you commented before, the proximity play with the cube in hand has brought Wewbear up into Sky already at sub 20 minutes. Gotta love it.
Yep. And with Volcano behind him, he's gonna have a little bit of an easier time. Coral Sword +5 is probably pretty useful.
Weird, I'm used to finding the Dragon or Bane Sword up there. But I guess if C's your next destination after this, might as well prep your weapons.
Yeah, why not?
Wewbear taking on the X chest, trying to use some quad X to take out some bad men as Phoenix saves up in Melmond and heads to interesting.
Does not have the ruby. Yeah, that's right. Ruby was in Volcano, so he hasn't been there yet.
Hasn't hasn't got the Oxale because it didn't go to Crescent yet. So this is an Ordeals play before Volcano, before Sky, before anything Wewbear's got. Yeah, the thing now is though he also has Warp, so this is a little safer-ish play. But remember those purple guys I was talking about? They're here.
Yeah. Also, the mages are at pretty low levels still.
There is an X chest in the Link chest with a sentry guarding it. What's in the box though? It is some mummies. They can put you to sleep and the Wiz Mummy hits hard. And yep, as pointed out by Odoron, a second ribbon located in Sky 1 right side. Phoenix down
right
both
away.
of the mages and resets out.
Yeah, you might take a look around for some Sarias or something. See if you can get just a couple levels on them before you go in.
This is some very interesting routing. Looks like Pillar 1 is not the correct choice. Resetting got him his mages, so he's got warp charges. Pillar 2 is not the correct choice. Looks like it was 3 and up. 3 and up it was.
Not bad.
Good thing he got first strike chance on that, because that would have been a horrible pack. And hey, there's that dragon sword that would be great in Sky. But it's, in this case, one of the best weapons the thief can wield. So you've got an ice sword +4 and a dragon sword plus on that, on your melee characters. Hey, remember those mummies, what did the thing to you before you reset? Here's another pack exactly like the one you faced. They're going to do the thing to you again.
Yep. And no exit.
And those were just the ones that weren't in a box. You know there's a box that has them in it. Wewbear, meanwhile, back in Lefane, doing the Super Sword run. Hey, there's a Thor sword or a Thor hammer. You got two lit 2 caster items with that Zeus bonk. And hey, there's the purple guys, and they do that to people.
It's not very nice.
Phoenix goes, you know, I think I'll come back. I know that's the shard I need to fight. I now got 1 character, 6 health, a Thor hammer, and a dream.
Let's go.
Relatively high roll for that lit 2 cast, almost 80 on all. Gets the job done minus the Wiz Mummy, but the Wiz Mummy is going to go down, we hope. Thor hammer again, does the job. Phoenix gets through, clutches it with the single, but he's got the tail, which is only valuable once you have the floater, and he has to go through whatever is on the tile in front of the chair, or the throne.
A group of fires, those can hit pretty hard. And that's another wipe.
Yep, hit hard just like that. Well, back to the grind goes Phoenix with the 3rd dive of Ordeals. Meanwhile, Wewbear is on to the pack of wizards in dwarves, and also going to be picking up that vanilla yet again a vanilla in the form of the canal. We had the vanilla oxyale, now we're gonna get a vanilla canal.
Yeah, we had vanilla tail too, yeah?
Very true, and Phoenix gets through ordeals, gets to the top floor again. Wewbear picking up a second ribbon, getting the one in Sky already.
Phoenix accidentally running into the vampires again. Phoenix, you don't need these chests. Just go.
Probably forgot which one had the Thor hammer in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, at this point, I have to assume Phoenix is feeling really, really pressured because you wouldn't normally go. Oh, we have a or a chime block, it looks like, on. Nope, never mind. He was just burning off encounters. I thought he had bonked off of it. That would have been a funny place for the chime lock to be. No X-Chest, that is an X-Cal, so promo locked weaponry.
Hey.
Meanwhile, Phoenix made it through the fight against the mummies this time without losing anyone, so has a 4-pack of party members to absorb the hits from these fires, and only gets 3 of them, so...
Out he goes, and Sarda had the chime, so wherever that chime block is, we won't see it.
Well, boo to that. Now, Phoenix actually... Oh, hey, there's the Blaze Sharks again. But Phoenix has access to promotion because we have the dock here on Bahamut.
Chat calling for chime block on Bahamut, but nope, we can promote right away.
Phoenix's choice to route all the way around going to Crescent or Volcano, providing some potential advantages, but Wewbear meanwhile has cleared Crescent, cleared Volcano, minus the kill on carry obviously for the levels, made their way up into the first floor of Sky even to get a second ribbon, having gotten the first ribbon that way before. So there's a lot that Phoenix has done that Wewbear is going to be catching up on pretty dang quick. Well, Phoenix is going to have to catch up and backtrack. The good news here, though, is when Phoenix finds that Zeus Bonk, or not Zeus Bonk, the X-Cal, or if they find a katana somewhere, they will be able to use it immediately, whereas Wewbear is going to have to make the, well, rather quick, as we saw, trip to Bahamut before they can do that, and Wewbear has the X-Cal already, so...
Yep. And with some extra swords here, that ninja's going to be pretty powerful too.
Speaking of things, looks like Phoenix ditching the heal stick to pick up some Cure 4. Now that the promoted can get access to all the spells, including that nuke, or sorry, the temper, which was promo locked. Phoenix gets their full access to C.
Wewbear just promoted, so whatever advantage Phoenix had with promotion is gone.
And the advantage is definitely in Wewbear's side, because other than just having the X-Cal, there's other promotion level gear Wewbear has already collected.
There are still 30 some odd shards to collect, and all sorts of fun that are Seed can throw at us.
Indeedly do. We still need the key or level 23, I believe, on the thief to get access to the end game, and of course the loot. Non-negotiable acquisition of that loot.
That's right. Level 22, the thief or ninja can unlock locked doors.
Phoenix finding that really annoying mummy whiz mummy pack that he had to deal with in ordeals. This time on a trap tile in Volcano.
Walking around the trap tile there. Wewbear trying to pick up a few levels here. While also opening shard boxes.
Of course, the benefit of promoting before getting to level 15 is going to come into handy. Both the Black Knight and the White Samurai will be accruing their levels of magic starting with level 15. So both of our runners will have optimal magic acquisition.
That's right. So let's what magic is going to be really the most important here for those two?
Well, if you don't find the Saber Bonk, then Saber at level 3 is going to be useful. It's never a bad thing to have a Sweeper or some heal magic on your, ninja in this case.
Mm-hmm.
But of course,
3, cure 3.
We haven't got... So we didn't see Life or Life 2 in Gaia, did we? Or in Lefane, did we? Which would mean they'd be both at Gaia. Oh, God.
Mm.
This magic was interesting enough, but if we find that level or that both life magic spells are max level, that's going to be horrible.
Yeah. Just another reason why we're glad we have the White Wizard.
Wewbear back into Sky proper now, as Phoenix is a floor away from that Agama floor. Now, if you were Phoenix, with the promotion you've got, with the gear you've got, and weapons you'll have, would you take the carry fight that Wewbear passed up on?
I only have 4 shards, so most likely yes.
Wewbear in the 6-pack right side gets a giant sword and then takes on a Chimera for a shard or an item.
Fighting the fiends is always a gamble, but at this point I think Phoenix probably feels behind with his couple of wipes and might be thinking that a gamble is necessary to catch up.
Yep, there's that ruby out of Volcano. Meanwhile, Wewbear, getting more than just that giant sword and a shard, found the opal bracelet +1 in the 6-pack on Sky 3. That is huge gear for that white mage. Want to keep your potentially solo anything good white magic caster alive. Of course, that white shirt +3 is fully equipable, invis protection, so Wewbear might leave the white mage with the white shirt and put the opal bracelet on the black mage instead.
Could even go on the ninja if you didn't have anything else.
Wewbear remembering, oh wait, I promoted, I have an X-Cal and an Ice Sword to switch around, so now the Thief with the Ice Sword +4 and the X-Cal +1 in the hands of the Knight. Phoenix is continuing down into Volcano as Wewbear's checking this last check in the greed chest. Gonna find an incentive item here behind some R Hydras. And
Iron
ooh,
Gall.
that's some juicy experience, but those things literally hit like giant stone or giant iron things that smash stuff.
Yeah, plus the extremely heavy absorb makes them difficult. So at this point, if we can't get those other members back up, might just exit here and see.
Yep, one cast of
Yeah.
exit saved. Phoenix says, I don't need those 2 shards. No, no, I'm leaving. Meanwhile, Wewbear coming on to some Gurmedusas, stunning the ninja, but the fire magic doing its job. With that improved elemental, being that fire is fire 3. Is it fire 3 or fire 4? I can't remember which. But it's single target, high level fire magic, and
That's
there was
right.
the slab coming out of the spider floor.
Yeah, I think it's Fire 3. Sandwiches.
Wewbear's got a few options at this point. Got the canoe and the oxtail, so go to to Onrak Continent and check out Mr. Robot's kit and what's in C, but we don't have the key, so you can't get access to the Sea Shrine's item. We also have the slab and access to the Lefane, so we could see another check into Lefane, our 3rd stop, I think, for Wewbear.
At this point, both runners really just want to get into the air.
Yeah, especially Phoenix, who's seen multiple blaze sharks.
Kaizoku's had slow 2.
Even better.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't go away from a pirate ship if we slow you down. Phoenix getting away from a pack of tigers and find some wolves after that in Titans as Wewbear is into into Waterfall.
Phoenix will be really glad to find that X-Cal here.
Without a shadow of a doubt, gonna move that ice sword on the ninja to go along with the shift. Crit of 13, that's pathetic, but then you realize, oh my god, it has harm all? Then yes, please.
Yep.
Phoenix leaving the dragon sword on the ninja, I mean, it's good, but I think the ice sword plus 4 is better. And
Yeah,
I did not see an X chest there, so no shards, but what will Mr. Robot have?
Power bonk.
I think that's something worth having.
Don't think
Both
we've seen.
equipable and utility.
Yeah, we have seen Temper. That was, I believe, level 5 promo locked.
Yep, and Saber was level 3, so that knight could actually learn it, but I mean, if you don't have to use spell charges to have your character get buffed in strength and accuracy, you don't want to have to use them, so the fun fact here is Wewbear has the slab, can go translate and go to Lefane. That has to be our progression, because Thief lockpicking is not taken into account for the progression of the game itself.
Hey, that's
By
right.
the randomizer, you have to be able to get the key to get into Canaria Locked and get into those locked rooms in C, which means the key has to come from whatever this translated slab is going to lead us.
Feels extra bad for Phoenix because the slab was in Sky.
Well, what we know makes us feel bad that they don't know. The good news is this is game 1, so there's just that much more to come.
Yep. Quick shout out to Dark Moon and ADR for putting together this amazing upgraded tracker here. The best feature of it right now for these flags is the shard count. And again, shout out to our tracker, Glenn, for keeping track of the shards and everything else that we're finding here.
Very much always praise ADR for the work done with the overlay system and tracker. Not just for FFR, it works for tons of other games in the community.
Gold +2 in the boxes there. Might have seen them on Wewbear's side, but I missed them if so.
Yep, not getting... Hey, there's the adamant, so back to dwarves we go. Phoenix gonna go in and top up on stuff. Check the magic. Doesn't find anything that they want.
No.
Wewbear, meanwhile, in Gaia, gonna pick up all the magic.
Wewbear also has a shard lead, which is going to accrue because our shard count gives us scaling on our experience and gold. So
Yep.
levels will come faster.
Every shard is 1/8 of the way to a 25% bonus experience. So for every eight full shards, you get 25% more golden experience. And since they're going to have to get 32 shards, they're going to get full 100% bonus experience in gold. By the time they're in go mode, there's the fast picked up by Phoenix at level 7.
Yeah.
And there it is. Gaia level 8, life and life 2. Mechlar
Doesn't feel
Tracker
good.
in chat for correcting me, it's 50% for every 8 shards, so even faster ramp up.
Oh, do you want to do a fetch quest?
Heard you like a fetch quest. So far we've had Slab into TNT, into Rod, which takes us into Earth, which is going to get us the Herb, which is going to get us the Key, which is going to get us our Defense Sword and our loot.
Phoenix realizing nowhere else to go but Sky.
Actually, not necessarily our Defense Sword and loot. We have to get the Floater,
Yeah.
or the Floater is a possibility, because we need to get the Floater to get to Canaria to get an item. So, yeah. Wewbear wiping on the fight with Thastos.
I think it was one of those blaze sharks. Didn't save after.
Having to refight. Wewbear with the leverage stick to move the slab out of the way. And of course, proximity rod location doesn't hurt anyone's feelings.
Not at all.
Odoron calling for floater to key. I do not dislike this.
Yeah, I think it would make sense. Floater seems
Whatever-
due.
Whatever the case, as long as the loot is the final thing they find. Of course, they want to open every possible X chest they can. Wewbear dealing with some blue bowls as some blue vampires for Phoenix and Sky.
Blue and blue all the way.
Those green ogres are extra green.
ate a poisonous mushroom.
Jolly Dream, or Jolly Green
Ochre.
Ogres.
Yeah. Groker.
Now my brain just imagined how hard it would be for an artist to make a or a Shrek sprite.
Challenge accepted, I guess.
Loot in TFC, actual TFC, not anywhere in Mermaids. And hey, well, that's a Bane Sword chest equipped Mirage or Massa +2. Never forget the Bane Sword chest on Sky 1. Phoenix getting kit that Wewbear does not have.
Yeah, that's why I always check that one first.
That just shows you how low the levels are, though. Phoenix running out of nuke charges. Has Fade, though, with many more charges. Fade is at level 3, whereas Nuke is at level 5. But still, only reaching level 15 just now. And there is the key. So, no Earth Floater into key in Cardia. I love the fact that these molten metal slimes are poisonous. It doesn't make any sense. If they're supposed to be mercury, they'd be toxic. But, I mean, poison's the only status that would work here, because toxic isn't, well, I mean, it's a spell, I think, but...
Maybe they're radioactive.
I mean, if they're superheated liquid metal, they might be the remnants of some sort of weird thorium reactor project the Lithanians were experimenting with, and they're the core leakage from Warmech.
Yeah, could just be solder drip from putting together circuit boards.
There
In any
must
case,
be...
we have speed bump here on Wewbear's side.
Ice Sword not doing all the damage, but the X-Cal doing the work. 400 plus damage in 4 hits, and there is 2 more shards and an orb lit for Wu. After 45 minutes, we finally got a fiend killed.
Feels good.
Phoenix opting to do the spider floor first, then going to floor 3, whereas Wewbear did the floor 3 come back strat. If Phoenix clears out the left side, they will get that slab sooner.
Usually just go through these knowing that so many times you're going to find it on one of those floors, and feels to me welcome back.
Virtual camera. We're back live on stream. We've got some dragons being nukeified. Pack of bluedies and some chests in Cardia, it looks like. So the floater must have been picked up, and there is the loot. So yeah, Cardia or Canaria Castle Locked had our floater, and the loot came out of Cardia Isles. So huge value there with the pickup. The routing just working so well for Wewbear. At this point, we know that C is going to have the herb, and the herb is going to lead to the defense sword, and that is the entirety of the incentive item pool accounted for.
Yeah, at that point you can even just skip C unless you want to look for shards. Which you probably do, sitting at 13.
Yeah, 32 is the goal. So not even, or yeah, barely past a third of the way there. Phoenix, meanwhile, has the slab and is on the Bridge of Destiny, 12 shards. Gonna take on Tia. It's a risk, but I don't dislike this play.
No, at this
You
point,
gotta do something at this point.
yeah, 49 minutes in and only 12 shards. You have Brack, you have Amasa, you have an Excal.
You've got a white shirt,
Something's got to hit.
Wewbear picking up fast, picking up life too, and going, really? Really? Phoenix tries the Brack strats, does not land, gets the swings though, that Excal doing a lot of work. The Knight's still standing tall. More white shirts coming out. Going for lock 2. Doesn't have as much damage spell, but going to try and keep Tia from being evasive. Unfortunately, Tia's less evasive and more just resilient with those dragon scales. But the Excal, 4 hits for 350. This is going to happen. Going with the Cure 3 instead of the Fade cast to try and keep that Knight up. Blizzard comes out, Swing comes out from the Excal, and gets the job done. There's 4 shards more for Phoenix. And out of Sky with the slab in hand.
So he has his progression. He can keep on going there. But
wait, did he? Does he have a slab in the inventory? And does he remember where he came from? Because it looks like he's going up when he should be going down. Unless he's going to a city to resurrect his party.
Yeah, Gaia's right here. Maybe going up.
Oh no!
Okay, yep.
Interesting. I don't know if that's a shorter path or just park there to go to Lefane and then proximity to Sky. Interesting. We'll have to ask potentially after this race. Meanwhile, Wewbear in Sea Shrine. In Mermaids, getting the shards.
I don't think I saw a slab in his inventory.
That would be very unfortunate. Yep, Odoron pointing out no slab. That slab is indeed critical. And having killed Tia already.
Yeah. At this point, it looks like Canada is going to beat Canada.
Now my brain is thinking which one's an Oiler and which one's a Canadian. Or maybe they're neither. Because I think they're like 3. Yeah. But I mean, it's hockey season, so.
There's the herb in the vanilla room.
Oh, no TFC, sadly. Wewbear exits out, saves out, burns some encounters, and is going to dive back in. Meanwhile, Phoenix back in Sky, having picked up the party. Gonna go and find that slab in the incentive chest.
Been a lot of vanilla locations this seed.
Very true.
That's what we call the randomizer having jokes.
Phoenix doing a quick think of going back to greater than less than, realizing, wait, I've been there. Meanwhile, Wewbear making their way down the Kraken side, takes on a Gershark in a box to get another shard.
We'll be seeing an octopus about 4 more.
Phoenix dealing with some metal slimes, poisoning the party. Fade doing its job to try and take some of those out, as Wewbear is checking the corners in Sharknado, trying to find that many more shards. So far, none in the bottom two. Since Phoenix didn't go back or didn't find the item and did go on to fight Tia, Phoenix didn't come back here to check the left side, which is why they missed it. Gonna find it in the incentive chest. Gonna exit out and go to track it down and be like, oh man, how far am I behind now?
There's some bloody ghosts, by the way, on Wewbear's side. It's kind of frightening.
I would say they're ghoulish, but I mean, that's a totally different thing.
Alright, so Phoenix has a slab. Phoenix has a slab that's going to lead to the adamant crown, to the rod. Earth has the key, and Conaria Lock has the floater. And Cardia has the loot. So,
what a grand expo. Phoenix opting to take some sandworms to get some levels. Might be thinking that since it's been so long and Wewbear hasn't completed, that this has just been that difficult.
yeah, might be trying to pick up lockpicking right here and make quick stop at Conaria to see what's in the chest. Some blue steak, that's not bad. Kraken fight on Wewbear's side.
The two-tone green Kraken makes me think of a gummy worm.
Well, he doesn't hit like a gummy worm. Brack try misses.
He hits like someone swinging one of those giant 2-pound gummy worms. But 8 of them at once.
It's like a gummy worm you find under a car seat after 6 years in the car. Quad X, not quite. But XCal, 6 hits, terminated.
Yep, and you were right, Phoenix getting the experience needed to unlock access to Canary Castle is going to get the floater. That's going to unlock a huge chunk of exploration a lot faster than Wewbear's had been able to do, or was able to do it. But the difference there being Wewbear has already done it, and now Wewbear is going back into Sky to take out Tia.
Didn't quite get to 22 though.
Oof.
So back to the grind.
It was 21, right? No.
No.
Another 30 seconds to a minute lost just in routing and level tracking.
This is what happens when you race at midnight. I'm happy to be here. Glad to have chat here. Best thing you could do on a Friday night.
Well, if one of our runners is a West Coast Canadian, then it's only 10 a.m. Or 10 p.m., yeah. I should say.
Yeah.
Not that much bigger of a difference, but the end result here is Phoenix and Wewbear are both racing and nearing the hour mark, and neither of them have reached 30 shards of the 32 needed. Wewbear on the full clear and fiend kills route, having everything otherwise they need. I have to love, you mentioned the changes to the overlay. We've got the shard count. We also, before that, had a thief lockpicking icon added to the tracker to differentiate the possession of the item versus the possession of the skill.
Indeed,
Wewbear
I love
routing
that.
right and up to Tia.
What they don't tell you is that the thief can turn his hand like mechanically into a key, kind of shape shifts.
You know, I just imagine RoboCop with the spike that comes out of the arm, and just jabs into the computer. Like, yes, this is totally what futuristic computer interfaces will look like, a giant freaking spike.
59 minutes, Phoenix is in the air.
At the same time, Wewbear is pulling another two-tone fiend, this time a Dragon Queen. 7 hits, 640, that fasted X-Cal doing its job. Only needs 5 more shards. This is going to be Wewbear going to Volcano, picking up 2 more shards for sure. Circling the Volcano to burn off those 2 encounters. There's the loot. Phoenix is technically in go mode.
Shards and go mode, but it's a lot of shards.
Very much so. Wewbear, meanwhile, has 2 guaranteed shards at the bottom Volcano, and then at this point, I'd assume Wewbear is going to go around and check the lock chest in the Inner Sea. You've got 3 in Northwest, you've got the 4 in Elfland, you've got the full of the Dwarven Armory, and the 3 in Toph. If you can just find 3 shards across all those locations, that would put Wewbear in Topher.
To say that at this point in the tournament, menuing is really amazing. Far beyond anything I can do. Phoenix here showing us a great place to park when you have the airboat and northern docks on.
Optimal routing with this flag set. Anyone who didn't hear about it earlier isn't aware, we have the Duckling program. Coming up after this tournament, we'll have the Duckling Boot Camp, where some of our runners in the community, I believe Wewbear is in... Actually, no. Wait, Saracen? Well, a lot of our better veteran runners will be teaming up to develop flags and do some coaching and let new runners come in, learn the ins and outs of different... yes, Saracen.
Saracen is our Duckling Dawn.
Teaching us the ropes of different flag sets, different ways to play, different knowledge to carry over, even into the vanilla game, with the end result being the Duckling Derby, which is a small tournament just for us ducklings. As much as it pains me to do related stuff as an Oregon State Beaver fan, quack.
That's right. Got any grapes?
Wewbear checking Dwarf Locks, finds 2 more shards, just needs 1 more after.
Chat tells us that Luffy does is a Duckling Dawn, and also DM Stewart and Rax. Good team. And
Wewbear, Map Derp, always appreciated, the best map mod of this entire tournament. To be seen.
Map Derp, best derp.
And we see a Lich on Wewbear's side. That is Lich 2. Wewbear got the shards as into Topher. Then wiped, so it ain't over yet. These levels aren't the highest as they could be. And these Fiendry fights are no easy feat. Wewbear taking a Toph 1 grind, it looks like.
It's not a terrible idea if you know that Lich is going to be mean with that first turn nuke. Just enough to survive that and make some progress. Make a world of difference.
Well, as the zombie Ds get nuked away by Wewbear, Phoenix is still in C. Picking up those X chests in the Sharknado floor and gonna go on to kill a Kraken. Interesting, Wewbear purposely taking some encounters on Earth floor. There's not much worth taking here. I would think getting to the fire floor and taking on a pack of Agamas maybe would be better value.
Yeah, you might also be thinking that with this many shards, pretty much anything is just going to be experience at this point.
True, but if that were the logic with the 2 fast encounters, the Toph 1 grind would probably be the better option.
I agree. Or you could just farm Lich 2.
You know, that would be much more palatable if Lich 2 didn't have a 75% chance of nuking you every time you encountered it.
Yeah. No, I'm probably not doing a Fiendry fight grind shenanigans. Shenastigans.
Yeah, we know we got a Chimera pack and a Zombie D pack at first 2 encounters on Toph 1, or Topher 1. Of course, this is mid Topher, so we don't have the normal loot plate location, which has packs of Gasties.
Yeah, you know, there's a Chimera spike tile too in Toph in the locked rooms. That would be a bit faster, although it might have been a single Chimera. Meanwhile,
We're
we have
burning
a Kraken
encounters
fight.
this time before diving back in. Meanwhile, Phoenix still on Kraken 1, gets the job done.
Brings his shard count up to 25 or 26.
Look like 25. So, yep, needs 7 more shards. Lich 2 is done on Wewbear's side. Doing some shuffling in that white shirt up so it'll be optimal routing of items. Choosing where to put the ruse stick. Excal swings out, 5 hits for 600. Oh wait, the Black Mage dies before it can cast fast. This is unfortunate. Ice Sword from the Thief does nothing. Swing, white shirt, white shirt. Oh, well, Carrie gonna do crack at 2 things. Takes out the White Mage. No mages equals no dive. Wewbear resets yet again.
Yeah. Back to the grind. Probably you don't want to beg those fiends to just play nice for once.
Phoenix doing the search for shards in locked locations before thinking of going and tracking down the fiends. Of course, not having the rod does not have access to Earth, so won't be able to get any shards out of there unless tracking it down.
That's right. Um, could go.
And did clear pretty much all of Volcano minus Carry and the red D chest, so.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Wewbear resets again. Don't know if that was a wipe or just reset. Mechlin or Tracker calling for a ice play. I mean, I would love that.
Yep. Not where I would be at this point.
Well, it looks like Volcano first. Totally logical. Go for the fast charge, you know.
Yep.
As Wewbear is yet again grinding on Toph 1 against these Chimeras and Zombies.
Yeah, this feels like a just gotta get through it kind of play.
Just do it to get through it. Interesting, gonna go white shirt on the Ninja, Ruse Stick on the White Wizard, Opal Armor on the White Wizard. So the White Wizard is gonna be protected more effectively. Better armor, higher evasion stacks on itself for preservation. I mean, you've only got a few life 1 and 2 casts available, all at the level 7s, or level 8 magic, so that white mage is super value. Hey, the red D chest had an X, and there's that iron gold intercounter we saw on the Agama tile. Good chunk of experience that Phoenix is going to be getting from this fight, because he's finally got the magic that can kill them and enough crit chance damage. Yep, a 2-pack worth 9,000 experience.
Too bad. And a gray worm for the shard. Not awful.
Lich 2 down. Phoenix, meanwhile, taking the fight, not using the warp trick, wants to get this experience. Normally, if you don't want to take that tile, you use warp to exit back out to the staircase and avoid the encounter. Instead, gets 9,500 hit or experience points yet again, leveling up the party.
Yep.
Gonna take on Carry 1 as Wu is on Carry 2. That X-Cal fasted, doing its job.
Really see the sprite design with the palette swap there on Wewbear's side. We had simultaneous carry fights, just 2,000 years apart.
Witnessed Carry at her peak getting taken down by Wewbear's Carry at her worst gets taken out by Phoenix. Here's that always evasive ocean-going entity that is the Wewbear fighting the Kraken tool.
Yeah. Really see why you would want to get all those ruse stacks on the White Wizard there. Kraken's favorite target. Phoenix looking desperately for some shards.
There's at least 3 more chests, 5 more chests that we did not see from Wewbear. There's the bottom 3-pack here on this floor. There's the out of the way first chest on the next floor, as well as Earth DFC.
Really does not want to chase down that slab fetch quest.
Well, Wewbear is meanwhile in Topher on the sky floor, shifting the ribbons around, trying to keep the ninja alive. Bane comes down and does not hit anyone. Fast comes out on the knight. Ruse Stick to keep that evasion up on the white mage. White shirt to evade the entire party. We got white, we got power bonk, we got ruse, and we've got weight. That max evades the white mage, as you said before. Gonna go fade. We're gonna see a nuke cast. Meanwhile, the X-Cal swings 7 for 11 plus. That fasted X-Cal doing work. Phoenix, meanwhile, in Toph, gonna get the last shard. We know it's here. Gonna be able to get into Topher. The Black Mage goes down for Wewbear, but the X-Cal gets the job done, and Wewbear finally through onto the Chaos fight. 2 whole charges of life 2 left.
Well, that's what they're there for. So a wipe here on Wewbear's side could let Phoenix back in, but with how difficult it was for Wewbear in the levels here, this is Wewbear's race to lose.
We've got the party as it is. Thief, Black, White, Knight, Fast for the Knight, Ruse for the White Mage, Power Bonk. I believe that was Invis. We're just going to stack it exactly as had been done before against Tia. Thief takes a hit, the Ninja takes a hit, but stays up 225. More Ruse, not going to bother trying to heal that ninja. It just has to survive until it can get done. The Black Mage goes down, but it already fasted. It's done its job to as much as it needs to with the Saber Bonk to compensate for lack of tempers, but gonna life 2 instead of Ruse. Chaos can hit, but not the most hitty of the things. The worst thing is Chaos does have stun touch, so if it connects with the hit, it could take your party member out of action. There's another power bonk. There's another white shirt. We saw Cure 3 queued up to keep that ninja alive. First damage coming out from Nuke or low rolls.
Yeah.
The Ice 3, meanwhile, does not low roll. The ninja and the Black Mage, or Black Wizard, both down low. Heal 3 from the ninja. Gonna take advantage of the white ninjas and the white magic. Nuke rolls 195. Lit 3 comes out, though. Takes out the Black Mage. Heal 3 is going to top the party up, but the Black Mage down and no more life. Oh, 1 whole life cast. Decides not to use it. Gonna power bonk again. At this point, figure Wewbear's doing the usual thing. Keep the party alive, get everything boosted up, and wait for Nuke or the Cure 4 to roll through before uncorking the damage.
Really hoping that the slow 2 does not hit that night.
Very much so, but that could be why the life charge is being saved, just in case you have to pick that party member up. Heal 3, heal 3. The evasion is working. Wants to keep the party members as close to nuke safe as possible. Goes for a swing, 5 hits, 480. That lock 2 that's on the Black Mage could come in handy. Slow does land, but on the ninja. That's the best case scenario short of on the White Mage, because the ninja just wants to be evasion stacks and utility. 1 whole damage from that Ice Sword. Meanwhile, 4 hits, 632. We've got Nuke, we've got Fade, we've got Swing. Nuke comes out 193, the Fade rolled 188, and then 456. This is not a lot of damage, and we have yet to see Cure 4, so this damage could literally just be rolled back. But there it is. GG's in chat for Wewbear with the race time energy time of 1 hour 18:25.
Well, that was a rather brutal seed.
It looks like Wewbear is going to call it a night, so no interviews this evening from our race winner. Totally, utterly understandable.
Phoenix is going to try to finish this run here.
Oh, wait, Wewbear did show up. GG's, Wewbear. Thought you
Yeah,
were
that was
going to bed.
Phoenix, not me. No,
Ah.
I'm good to go.
Alright.
Well, GG's for making through that grinder of a seed.
Yeah, not so suspiciously fast on this one, sadly.
Suspiciously fast.
I mean,
So,
with fast at level 7, it was
Yeah.
going to be slow for a while, and then you find life at level 8.
Life and life too.
so at what point did you kind of get the feeling that it was going to be a grind of a seed?
About the time that I had to do the slab, and the slab gave, I think, adamant or something like that. So it was just like kind of back and forth,
Yeah.
sailing. Which Phoenix told me that smartly he did lockpicking, which, yeah, would have saved a lot of sailing. But
And what were you thinking about when you did your Topher grind?
I just needed more life charges. I wasn't comfortable. Just getting through like Lich alone, like the Black Mage still only had 240 HP, so any nuke was probably going to kill him. So yeah, I just wanted to have. I was thinking 2, and then I was like, after another dive, and I was like, no. I need 3 at least, because I'm thinking probably at least 1 to 2 for Tiamat alone. Luckily, Bane didn't hit my Black Mage, who was the only susceptible one to that, so it was fine. But yeah, it was. I just wanted life charges.
Well, they
About-
definitely came in handy.
Yeah, used every one.
Meanwhile, Phoenix making it through Tier 2 is Sans White Mage.
Yeah, it's never where you want to be.
Doesn't feel great, but
So you missed out on the Masa.
Apparently. Or was that
It was Bane's sword chest in Sky
Oh,
1.
of course. I will never, ever, ever, ever do that chest unless it's literally the last key item that I need. So that makes sense. Which is funny because that's actually like I think the 3rd time I've seen that Mazmoon in that chest specifically, which is fun.
Yeah. Phoenix cleared Sky completely in a weird way, having... I mean, you both dove Sky Mirage very early, but Phoenix ended up diving it 3 different times, I think.
Yeah, it was rough.
And
yeah, Wewbear, I think you went in twice.
Yeah, I was really hoping the key item was gonna be on the 1st floor of Sky,
Yeah.
which it wasn't. And then I got a ribbon, and then like half my party died. I'm like, nah, I can't do this. I gotta just cut my losses. I have a ruby to turn in. So yeah, I just tried to get out of there. I didn't have any spell. It was a tough time.
probably
Pretty
the
late
single...
floater too.
Pardon?
I'm sorry. I was saying it was a pretty late floater.
Yeah, I was in the air like 50 minutes maybe. It felt not great. But in those situations, just kind of hope that your opponent also didn't get early floater or luck into it somehow. So not much you can do about it.
Phoenix down to man mode. Trying. And slow 2 hits.
Still getting a lot of damage done, but
And
there's Cure
4.
4 and 41 hit points. So this is...
Crit loop.
Can we get an Oslaughter loop? No, it doesn't look like it just yet. It's in slot 2, not slot 3, and that kind of... Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Forfeit from Phoenix. Totally understandable.
Yeah, don't blame him in the slightest.
No, it's rough when you don't have the white mage for the healing and getting people up off the ground.
Well, as we do not have a competitor to cross-examine alongside you, how about we move on to final thoughts? Wewbear, how much did you enjoy this seed?
I mean, I guess a win's a win? Question mark. I got a bit of a headache from stressing so much. Like you don't want to be on chaos at 118 watching the race room, being like, all right, he's gonna finish any second. But No, yeah, I
Yeah.
can't complain too much with winning. So
No,
Barber, final thoughts?
I think this was the perfect midnight seed, perfect for a nice cold Friday night. Um, can't wait to see the rest of this and the rest of the tournament. It's been great so far, and a real pleasure to get to do some comms here. And my first time here with Avian. Really, really nice to do. So, again, many thanks. Many thanks also to our restreamer, Dark Moon, for dealing with some of the technical problems here, and our tracker, Mecklin. Always appreciated.
that was their issues.
Yeah, there were a couple of stream drops. It'll happen.
That's fair. Yeah, midnight streams. I guess.
Yeah.
The restart again to get it done.
Gotta keep those internet hamsters fed.
I'm glad we got there in the end.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
for
Davian, back to you. Right.
Thank you, Barber. Thank you, Wewbear. Of course, Phoenix. Thank you while you're going to bed for this great run. Looking forward to Game 2. The 32 shard grind that this run was is just a look ahead at what more there is to come.
Yeah, the shards are
check-
like nowhere. They're like,
Yeah.
finally, I needed so many.
No shards, no floater. Let's go.
More fetch, more grind.
Yeah,
But,
tomorrow
with that-
9:30 p.m. Eastern, Game 2.
Very much looking forward to it. If you want to check this all out, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. There you'll find access to the randomizer. You'll find access to the Discord. You can track what's going on with the Discord. You'll get notifications when these races are coming up. But for now, through the exhaustion, through the wear and tear of us all, have an excellent evening. Good night.
Everyone.
Good night.